Hello everyone, my name's Rick, and I'm sailing Frog's Leap. Today, I'm shooting billiards in St. Augustine, Florida with my family. Yeah, we drove down from Myrtle Beach. It was about 7 hours, give or take, and we're coming down to take a look at a catamaran ultimately, but there's a lot to do here in St. Augustine, and well, we filmed it for you. Hope you enjoy it.
So for Tay and I, this was our first visit to St. Augustine. We were very eager to get a look around and see what it had to offer.
Yeah, I've been to St. Augustine before with my friend. He took me there, but this is only my second time. I mean, it's not like I've been here a lot either.
And of course, we had to check out all the touristy shops, all the trinkets and trash. Why not?
Which one was your favorite?
There was so much pirate gear. It was great. But really, our overall goal was to find a live band to stop and take a listen to.
Yeah, this Prohibition kitchen was cool, but I wasn't ready to eat, you know?
Endless possibilities for shops, and we knew as the night was winding down, our time was running out before they closed.
So you get outside the pedestrian area, and they were still decorated for Christmas.
Super exciting to me because, as you may or may not know, I love Christmas. I was not expecting all the Christmas lights to still be up and going.
Oh yeah, we're doing the adoration of the tree right here, baby, yeah. What do you think?
Oh, dude, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So much fun. Crossing? No? Okay. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Brought my friends with me. Okay.
And then we found Colonial Oak Music Park. Yeah, I don't know if it's always free, but it was free on this night, and I thought this was like a country band getting ready. Ha! They started banging out some Sublime. Well, this band was so good. Made for a late night. But, hey, we're getting up early to see the St. Augustine Lighthouse. Yeah.
We, in fact, were so eager to come see it. We were a little too early. It didn't open until 9 a.m., unfortunately, and we had other places to be, like, checking out the possible new catamaran.
Oh, I can't wait to see this cat, man. I've got big aspirations for it.
Me too.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It's the first catamaran we've ever looked at then, right?
I do believe we found the lighthouse. No, you're right. This will be our first family lookabout for catamaran.
Lookabout. It's like a walkabout, but it's a lookabout. We're doing a lookabout? I'm down with the lookabout.
Little looky-loo.
I like it. Lighthouse Pier. Got to check this out. A lot of moorings, a lot of sailboats anchored out over here. Wow, look at all these boats on the beach. Oh, that's a Hobie Wave. Me and my brother, we learned how to sail on one of those up in...
Lake Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah.
So here in St. Augustine, there appears to be a lot of boats that are anchored.
Well, as long as Karen and I and Taylor are playing tourist here in St. Augustine, Florida, while we wait to check out this catamaran, well, we got to check out Castillo de San Marcos. Yeah, I'm just blown away by how symmetrical this castle is. Yeah, just really cool. Gonna go check out this castle?
Yeah, dude.
Castillo de San Marcos. I think this was 1672. That's what I think I read there. Cool.
Due to its strategic coastal location, St. Augustine was frequently attacked by pirates, making these drawbridges all the more important.
These drawbridges to me are like out of something in some fantasy land, some Dungeons and Dragons fantasy that I'm playing through right now in my head. It's crazy. I can imagine being on lookout out here, looking out over these walls 350 years ago. Am I going to see something that's going to spark the next battle? I don't know. It's lower right there. Like you have to wonder, was that at some point filled with water? Was that a moat? I don't know.
Oh, that's crazy. Wow.
And like the full moon brings the werewolf, I feel that law enforcement dog, that LE dog coming out of me. Yeah, I'm approaching this ceiling, slowly slicing the pie, increasing my field of view. I'm gonna put this combatant in my sights and defend Castillo de San Marcos from any invader. Yeah. And as I approach the main castle walls, look at this. It's another drawbridge. Yeah, this is the one that would have went over the moat, so there would have been water under there. Yeah, you make it past the first drawbridge and you're thinking, man, I'm doing pretty good. And then you start approaching this drawbridge and you're like, whoa. Well, this room right here, you know, it's right next to the entrance to the castle, right? And so this, you can imagine this is where all the people who would stand some kind of security watch in the castle, right? They'd probably, you know, bunk right here. You know, if they had to defend, where are you going to defend? You're going to defend that entrance first and foremost, right? So, yeah, they're right here. If they got to roll out of the rack and start defending, boy, they could do it. Pretty crazy. Does it look like in there?
The floor is still mud.
What?
The floor looks like mud.
Like mud?
Mud. I don't think there was a real floor. It's just mud.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the coolest part to me about this prison cell was that Christopher Gadsden, yeah, don't tread on me, right? Yellow flag with the coiled up snake. That dude spent 42 weeks in this prison cell. Yeah. Well, this castle is super impressive any way you look at it. But when you get up these stairs, you know, and you look out over the top of the castle and you see the entrance to St. Augustine, and you're just like, wow, the defensive posture of this castle over this bay is like really, really obvious from this vantage point. Oh boy, here we go again. Yeah, the castle is under siege, and I'm somehow a lookout. Like, you know, I just can't help myself. I put myself in that position, you know, in my mind. There's a lot of footage that we took of this castle, and there's so many different rooms once you know, on the inside. So rather than show you all that stuff, I may put together some video just of this because there's so much footage. But look, we came to look at this catamaran, and we're going to do it. Well, the weather was pretty insane going to the marina the next morning. Lucky for us, the closer we got to the marina, the more the weather died down. Are you Chuck?
I am, yeah.
Hey, my name's Rick.
Rick,
Chuck,
oh, pleasure.
Good to
Yeah,
meet you.
excellent, excellent.
Do you mind being filmed?
No, it's all good.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
you're
Thanks,
good.
man.
Hi, guys.
That was a long time ago.
So you'd appreciate this. I had $150 American cash and a credit card.
Yeah, as I made my approach towards the boat and kind of walked around her, sailing catamaran one life. Yeah, I mean, I'd been on board a Lagoon 380, and so, they're the same style boat, and, I felt pretty comfortable on it and looking at the rigging and whatnot. I did notice this extra shackle made off to the gooseneck pin. I'm not sure what that's all about. To the extent that first impressions matter, and I would argue they do, this boat presents pretty well. You could see yourself lounging in here. Yeah, it's pretty all right. So, we weren't the only prospective buyers on board. He had another couple that was in the salon area. And so what we did was we went ahead and decided, hey, let's start heading down below and taking a look at this catamaran.
See all the extra wires that are out there to plug in.
Yeah, it's interesting because Karen and I have never looked together at a catamaran before. So, this is our first look at what a life might look like sharing a catamaran.
Shower in this one.
Because she was short and she got the stool at the helm. I was like, I own a boat. I would absolutely have. I'm like taller than
Pretty
you, but I
cool.
would-
You have another head here, but it is.
Good sturdy thing that you can see.
Oh, sure.
Slip.
This is another bed. This is another rack area. But they've turned it into storage.
Which is pretty common, I think,
Pretty common.
when you have the extra room.
And you have more storage. So SV1 World did suffer a lightning strike. I think it was in the last couple of years. I'm not sure the timeline, but basically that distribution panel is all brand new. And as you can see right here, the wiring is, it looks fantastic.
This is super cute.
This is one of the big differences between the two hulls, is these heads. On the starboard hull, you've got two composting heads, whereas on the port hull, of course, you've got the one pump head, and then the other head was converted with a washing machine.
They have set this up really cute. Another head.
Yeah, this is the second composting head on the starboard hull. Yeah, and it looks like the hatch over the berth on the starboard hull forward leaks a little
I
bit.
didn't mention this to you in the track where the anchor line comes in, where the chain is. When the owners first bought the boat, it was a little worn down in there. If you look underneath, nothing came through the bottom. But what they did themselves is they laid the additional layers of fiberglass in there. So if you look at it, it doesn't look like this pristine perfect, but they did more to reinforce it. But if you look underneath, there is no signs of where that went through.
Yeah.
At least that I noticed. And so if you see the sails up, like they're in good condition. It's like very shocking.
Yeah, these are not my favorite cabinet latches. Yeah, they're finger pinchers.
Yeah, this is consistent.
I don't have the pictures on listed with the sails. The owners took out the Red Sox blankets that were in here, just in case there's any Yankees fans.
That's a fridge.
Bigger than mine.
I know it. I know this.
Well, this explains the 2 compressors under that seat.
Yeah, it's got 3 flexible solar panels up here. Oh yeah, low Franz windlass. Very nice.
Does this panel normally come up? It doesn't look like it does.
That panel gets removed, and it's a big deal. Is how they put it in because it drops in right below to where the engine would go. Not directly above, but it gets you into that compartment. And that
Probably the seal, whatever seal was put in, probably failed. Probably because
Yes.
this post overlaps.
Yes, and
This
the
this.
and the owners, when they're there was water intrusion, so you can probably notice some issues, or where like there was some repair of like water damage that had done in the past inside.
Yeah.
That was the previous owners. These owners addressed all that stuff. They redid the caulking everywhere, and they also did it along the kickboard, and they have claimed since they have done that, they're
Yeah, so there's wiring inside the salon here for the MFD, but if you want an MFD here at the conning station, well, you need to remove it from the salon and plug it in right here. So, yeah, definitely something to think about. Well, I don't know that SV1 World is for us. It's something Karen and I'll have to talk about. But I think it's the closest thing we've seen, you know, where we could imagine ourselves doing it. For me, I don't think I can live with the design of that bimini. The way those posts bolt onto the deck over the seam for the engine room hatch. That means that deck is receiving forces that it is not intended to receive at that seam. And I'm sure that seam is, I know it's going to be a constant problem for whoever owns that boat until it's redesigned and done properly. So One World's not for me, but I do think it's promising. It's definitely close to what we need and what we're looking for. So very cool. Thank you, Chuck. Thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Frog's Leap. Be sure to subscribe to be notified when new episodes drop.